Okay, let's try that. Can you hear me now? Yes, I know. I was watching Lindy's live stream and she had the same issues. So, can you hear me now? Checking, checking. I know there's a lag. So, yay. Okay. Whew. So apparently, StreamYard is having some issues with microphones today. Wowza. Okay, now I can go tell Lindy it's not, it was nothing she did. Still nothing there. So, well, I don't know. Perhaps a refresh if you're, and maybe one of my mods can tell everyone over in the chat to refresh if they still have no sound, because that means you're behind in the video. Anyway, happy Monday. Oh my goodness. Wowza, wowza, wowza. Okay. So what I was saying was I did something today. I think I did something today, which is going live within my Facebook group that I run, which is called Niche to Profit on eBay, Etsy, and more. But I'm looking over there and I don't see it. And maybe one of the mods could look over there and see if they see it. But apparently it's not working as I had hoped it would. Excuse me. Yeah, I was really hoping that it would stream over in my Facebook group as well, because the information that I'm going to talk about today is so super important. And first, let me just say, for those who are new here, if this is your first live with me, I am Danny. I am the Niche Lady. I go live every Monday at 1 p.m. and we talk about something related to running your own business, pretty specifically eBay, Etsy, online sales. But really, I think the information I'm going to give today covers not just your online business, but it really covers so many other things. And I don't come up with these, like, I don't sit down and like, okay, plan a week out what I'm going to talk about. This literally just came to me this morning. That's kind of how these work. But anyway, welcome. If this is your first time, I hope you have subscribed and hit the little notification bell, which will tell you when I go live and give you that that little heads up. Okay, guys, you can all hear me now. Yay. So here is what I'm going to talk about today. Now, I think this is going to apply more to you ladies than the guys. This tends to be more of a woman problem than a man problem, but I know there are some men who experience this as well. So remember, I get literally thousands of comments on my videos. I get hundreds of emails and probably just as many private messages. And I see themes within all of that. I also see themes within all of the questions that are asked in my group. So here it is. Trying to think how to ask this question. Where was it that you lost your confidence in your judgment? All right, and now I am not pointing any fingers or calling anybody out. This is something that I have struggled with and I still struggle. And this last week really caused me to start the whole self-doubt cycle going on in my brain. And that is why I wanted to talk about it today, because a lot of the things that we see as problems, a lot of the things that keep us from moving forward, growing bigger in our business, even getting started in our business, have to do with our confidence. And that's why I said guys tend to be more confident and driven and go for it and take risks, where women tend to hold themselves back out of fear, anxiety, afraid to upset somebody, afraid to do it wrong, afraid of getting in trouble, like we have all this fear and anxiety that weighs us down. And it is a weight. It is a weight. And I just want to tell you, I've been, okay, so this is what has made me really think about this. A lot of you know Rachel, my 13, soon to be 14. Her birthday's next month. So my soon to be 14-year-old, really, those of you who have known me forever and knew the videos I used to post, she used to be my little camera hog. She used to be the one that wanted the attention. She would sing and dance and play on camera, and she was in the band, and she played flute, and she did concerts, and this was a really outgoing kid. And then when her dad left us in it was late 2016, early 2017, I started watching her kind of go downhill. And many of you know that we had a revelation in our family where a family member was abusing her. And I knew she was depressed. I had her in counseling. But I thought I was attributing it to the divorce. But anyway, so very clearly with her, I'm going to be able to pinpoint where she lost her confidence, where she lost her voice. So what happened over this past weekend? Well, I'll backtrack a little bit. A lot of you know she loves horseback riding, and she was doing her lesson, and she had a very bad fall. Probably the worst. Well, I mean, she didn't break anything. Thank you, Jesus. But as far as a first fall goes, it was bad, because now psychologically that has her shaken. So she did get back on. She rides two different lesson horses, two different farms, two different trainers. And so last Wednesday, she did get back on a different horse that she's very secure with. But Saturday, when we went back to the farm where the accident happened, my pool guy's trying to call me. He can't call me right now. When we went back to the farm where the accident happened, she picked out a different horse for Rachel to ride, and I could tell there was a lot of hesitation and going on there. And then when it came time, that the trainer's telling her that she's going to need to be confident, and that this horse will feed off of her energy. And if she tells this horse that she's afraid, the horse is going to be afraid. And it ended up with Rachel like crying in my arms, terrified, wanting something so bad. She wants to ride so bad, but yet that fear was just so overwhelming. And I'm sorry, like, it breaks my heart, because here's a girl that I'm trying to give her something to build her confidence back up, give her her voice. Like she has the power to say what goes on with her and in her life. And she crumbles with fear. And so many of us have had something like that in our life that now causes us as adults to crumble in that fear and not move forward and not do that thing that we want so bad. Like, I know so many of you can see that the prize, your eye is on the brass ring that you want. You see the sales. You see others getting those sales. You see others getting that success that you want yourself. But over here is this grip of anxiety and fear, and paralyzes you from moving forward and doing that thing that you want so much. And I mean, it's just, just watching Rachel with this, I guess, is just kind of like triggered my own, because I'm now in my 50s and I am just now pursuing my dreams. Like, I've always kind of pursued my dream. It was always there. And those of you know me, I've stepped out a little bit. But yet there's always been this voice in the back of my head saying, I can't do it alone. Can't do it alone. That's why I stayed with an abusive man for 22 years. It's why I I didn't just go for it, all those years. And now I'm like, I'm finding my voice in the great hopes that I can help some of you find your voice and really just go for it. I'm going to just tell you, you got to go for it. I mean, and it's not going to be easy. Life is going to slap you around. This business is going to slap you around. You're going to get unfair returns. You're going to get probably chargebacks. You're going to break things. Things are going to happen that are just going to happen. But you cannot let those things hold you back. Can't do it. I'm trying to watch. I feel like I'm like not talking to you guys if I'm over here reading the chat. But I hope this is resonating with some of you, because it's just, I am so driven by this. Like, one of the things, so I've been doing the YouTube channel now for about, I think it goes back like 4 years. I wish my pool guy would quit trying to call me right now. Where was I? I've been doing this YouTube channel for like 4 years. Okay. When I first started out, I was like, I didn't want to monetize. I didn't want to make anybody sit through a commercial, because I thought I'm a people pleaser. I didn't want to do anything to inconvenience anyone. And it took me until December of 2019 to realize that I can put out more information and help more people if YouTube is paying me. I used to have like a private membership. Well, that was a very then just select group of people I was helping. YouTube gives me the power to help tens of thousands of people. And so it's what, a 30-second commercial. So, but I used to feel bad about that. I used to feel really, really bad about that. So if you are in a place where you're not doing something because you're worried about somebody else's feelings, that's an area that I want to tell you. You've got to do what's best for you, because in the long run, what's best for you helps others. It helps others. It helps others, if only to see you being successful. We watch other people in our lives and around us. It's what we do. It's how we grow up, and then it's what we do. Tell me you guys don't watch other people. I like good, bad, or indifferent. People watching is a thing. It's probably why YouTube is so wildly successful. It's why reality TV shows are so successful, because we look to others to see what's normal. Just think if being successful was normal, and it wasn't a place where people felt like they had to tear those that are successful down. Oh my goodness, you guys don't see all the comments that come through on my videos, because YouTube allows us to have filters of certain words. And with the help of some other YouTubers like Crazy Lamp Lady, I have developed that filter list to, not have those things go public. But believe me, I see them all. And I now look at those comments, those ugly, ugly comments, as if there's somebody who's hurting. There's somebody who is so lacking the confidence and ability to just get out of their head and go out there and do what they want to do, that they have to cut others down. I mean, it makes me sad. It really makes. I used to take it to heart, though, man. I used to take those comments and think, okay, what do I need to change to like make everybody happy? But now it's like, no, it's not on me. Like, I know I'm doing the best I can, and I know that I'm always working to improve. So I take, constructive feedback and criticism and do what I can with it. But, well, that's true. Reality TV is not normal. Yeah, let's make no mistakes about that. But the fact that people are watching reality TV because they think it's more normal than, say, a sitcom or, a drama that they know is scripted. It's the unscripted. It's like thinking that they're seeing, like the real life stuff. I think that's what we're talking about. But yeah, I just, I mean, I don't see myself stopping before reaching my dream. And my other drive is that I want to leave something for my kids to carry on, and my poor pool guy, you guys, my poor pool guy is like going nuts on me here. So let me just, he knows better than to come at this time. No, come back later today. I'm not even answering you. Can't make him happy. Like the old daddy would have gone, okay, I can cut this off early and go open the gate for the pool guy. It's like, no, dude, you know the schedule. It hasn't changed. Yeah, I know. I'm not going to answer. Like he just said, I'll come back later. He was trying to let me know he was 5 minutes away. Well, he knows Mondays you don't come before 2 o'clock. So anyway, so I just that was like really on my chest. And it's like, I am working very, very hard right now with Rachel because I've got this very short window of time to help my daughter find her voice, to help my daughter find a place where she is not going to lead a life of being a victim to whatever people will throw at her. And it's heavy. I mean, I dropped them off at their dad's yesterday. And I literally just kind of like fell apart. Like, and I realized the weight I had been holding, this whole week with her. And I'm working so hard to balance. Okay, she's a teenage girl too, like teenage girl stuff on top of everything that's happened in her life. And I'm trying to find this balance of how do I parent? How do I discipline without it tearing her down? Not that normal discipline would tear her down, but she takes everything to such a degree that it's like, it's so hard to find that balance. And getting all choked up. And then the incident on Saturday, like that, it just crushed my heart. And then we've got, as you know, we have a 12-year-old Rottweiler who has congestive heart failure and cancer. And I don't know how many days she has left. And yesterday, before Rachel left, she was having a very hard day. Like, she couldn't keep any food down. And I'm having to have that discussion with the kids that we may have to make a decision soon for her. And of course, then Rachel falls apart again and was like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? It's going to be so hard. It's going to be so hard. Oh, thank you. That is going to be okay. Thank you. Okay. So yeah. So today she's doing okay. My mom left some pumpkin here that she gives to her dogs, and Xena has been enjoying that pumpkin the last few days. So I think we got her over whatever was, really upsetting her in the moment. But yeah, her days are numbered. Her days are numbered, and it's just tearing me up. Because I don't want to make that decision. I want her to just go in her sleep. Like, don't want to make that decision. So yes, I know also, and I believe fully that everything that we go through in life can be made into something good and beautiful. Like my entire childhood of abuse and growing up and being bullied in school and everything that I've been through has made it possible for me to connect now with others who may not have overcome that yet. And I don't know why the eBay world is a place where I connect with so many people like that. And I mean, it's kind of the place God has brought me, and I'm like, I fought it for a while. I fought it. I was like, I was done, like I was not going to teach eBay anymore. I wanted to like just do something else. And then it was like, no, this is where I put you. This is where you're going. So here you go. But now, I'm learning how to make it so it's even more fun. So it's all good. Made something beautiful. And I know Rachel, going through all of this, will have something beautiful to do as an adult with it. And there will be somebody who will be touched by her story later. And I believe that that's what happens. We're not prevented from going through bad things and having life knock us around. We're just promised that we will get through it, and we don't have to get through it alone. So give yourself a day off. You work too hard. I take quasi days off. Like Sundays are my kind of day off. Yeah, if I can get ahead on videos, then I can take a day off, but the videos have to be edited every day. Right now I'm ahead because of San Diego. It's really nice, but no, I just self-care. I totally messed up my nails doing the yard sale on the weekend. So I went this morning and I fixed my little nails. I kind of like it now. I kind of like having nice nails now. I'm hooked. I'm hooked. Life is like looking at the back of a, wait a minute. This looks good. Here, look. Life is like looking at the back of a quilt. You really don't know the full picture and see what it looks like when it is done. Ooh, that's really beautiful. I really like that. Really like that. Rachel's artistic side will help her thrive. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so now let's go more into eBay. I don't know. Did anybody ever see, am I streaming over in my group? I bet I'm not. I bet it just never happened, did it? Because I'm looking over there. I don't see it. I don't see it. Thanks, StreamYard. Thanks for doing that. Okay. Just had to take a peek. So the biggest things, and I see a lot of this, I see a lot of people who want to be a reseller, but they're afraid to start. So is anybody in my chat brave enough to say that you're one of those people? Because I want to conquer that today. I want to help somebody jump that hurdle right here today. And I got to wait for the lag to see if anybody is going to answer. So I want to help somebody over that hurdle of I want to, but I'm afraid. I want to, but I'm afraid to start. Okay, Terry. All right, Terry, tell me what is the thing that causes you not to go start, to go list that first thing? Okay, there's a few of you. Well, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's help a bunch of you get over this hurdle today. Because we are in the babyhood of when e-commerce is truly going to take off, you guys. I mean, this past year skyrocketed things forward. This is the perfect time. There is no reason to have a lack of money and a lack of finances coming in, because this is a business that you can do, and it's a business that doesn't take a lot of money to start, and it's a business that's really kind of fun, if I do say so myself. Not every piece of it is fun, but the good outweighs the bad. All right, let's see. Mac Shack is mid jump over that hurdle. Still learning, posting and selling a little bit. Oh, good. You're posting and selling. Yes, yes, yes. Good, good, good. All right. Lisa says, I won't be able to figure it out. So that sounds like you are trying to you're trying to eat an elephant all at once without like just picking apart. So that's a really general, like, figure it out. You know what? I don't have it all figured out. eBay changes. I'll just say this, and this might scare you more. eBay changes something every 6 months, sometimes a little more often than that, but they do their seller updates every 6 months, and there's a new learning curve of this and that. 22 years, I can tell you, I have been doing this, and I have never not been able to figure out how to keep moving forward. Do I do everything right? Probably not. But you know what? I do everything right enough to make myself a very, very healthy living selling on eBay. And have long before YouTube, because I know a lot of people say, oh, you have a YouTube channel, you drive people. I have a YouTube channel because I'm successful on eBay. I don't have a successful eBay because I have a YouTube channel. So make no mistake, you can be successful on eBay without a YouTube channel. All right, Lisa G, let's start with the first thing that needs to be figured out. Let's just start. What's that first thing that needs to be figured out? Sylvia says, I sit in front of my computer and my mind goes blank. So you sit in front of your computer to do which step? So the first step, obviously, for those of you who want to start but haven't created your seller account, that's your first step. Go create your seller account. You really can't do it wrong. eBay walks you through it. Get your info out there, on there, and then you could be afraid about the next step and then conquer that. But let's conquer one step at a time. If you've already made your seller account, then your next step is probably picking something to list. Okay, so let's talk about that then. I'm afraid I'm going to mess up listings. So what does messing up listings look like? What does that look? What is that specific mess up? And what is the consequence that you're worried about happening? Let me know that. So you're going to start when you get a better signal. Will you have a good enough signal to watch a YouTube video? So I can guarantee you have a good enough signal to list something on eBay. So we find excuses to validate our anxieties. So be careful that you're not finding things to prevent you from doing that thing you need to do. Worried about figuring it out. Can I use my phone to take good enough photos? You absolutely can. You know what? The worst that's going to happen is if your photos aren't good enough, is the item is not going to sell, or it's not going to sell at the maximum price that it could. And by taking bad photos, you're going to learn what a good photo is. So don't be afraid to make those mistakes. But you absolutely can. I take all my photos with my phone cam. And phones are like so good now that, yeah, okay, now I just lost the chat again. Hold on. Your husband got you going. You took $100, went to the thrift store, bought stuff you really knew nothing about, watched some YouTube videos, and just went thrifting and did it scared. Well, good, you started. Yes, you started. I'm posting and selling. It's YouTube that scares me. What about YouTube scare? I mean, it's hard to be on video for a lot of people. It's not something that feels now, it's very vulnerable. That's what it is. It's putting our vulnerabilities out there. Oh my gosh, you know, I might drool on camera and then everybody's going to laugh at me. And I can tell you, Gayleen, that is something that was hard for me to overcome. And especially with the comments coming that were tearing apart my looks, were, you know, making fun of my teeth and my hair and my wrinkles and my gray hair. It's like, because those were the bullies. Those were the bullies I dealt with back in school. And realizing that, and now knowing that I have the power to just tune that out, is really healing. So YouTube is just, it just lets more people into your world, but make no mistake, you very much have control about what goes out and who gets to comment on your stuff. So the more you do it, the more video you create, the better you will get and the more confident you will get. I can promise you that. Promise you that. I will tell you, when I was doing my show over on the Vegas Video Network, I did a live show that it went everywhere. Vegas Video Network was huge. And I was terrified every time before the countdown intro came on. Mine were like, okay, I will just get real here. I have Crohn's disease. So my terror was that in the middle of a broadcast, I am going to need to run to the bathroom and I'm going to be embarrassed and it's going to be horrible and my life is going to be over. Basically, it never happened. It never happened. And usually what would happen is once the camera's on and I'm going, I lose that fear and focus in the moment of whatever content I'm creating. Like even now, it's always a little bit on my mind, but I also know that, like, what, worst case scenario, I have to end this early and, run. So, and you guys will come back the next time and forgive me. Some of you won't. It's all good. I do this for those of you who will forgive me. So, yep. Fear. Deciding what to sell. Oh, Holly Joe says, I know I'm way behind in the comments, but I'm trying to cut. I want to get through all of these and get some of you listing today. So decide what to sell. Okay, Holly, here's my challenge. Pick something. Something that's around you, that you're thinking about selling, that you purchased to sell. Just pick something and list it. And I invite you to bring it over to the Niche to Profit group, tag me, and I will look at your listing and help you along with that and give you any critique and advice so that you can feel more confident with the next one and the next one and the next one. Okay? You were a really successful reseller on eBay until you switched niches, made good money and felt confident in what I did, but then I suffered burnout and stopped altogether. Kay, what was your niche and why did you change? What made you change niches? Yay, you can do this. I know you can do this. So my mom's over in the chat. My mom was my first student, and it was kind of by accident. Now, she was down in Arizona. I was up here in Las Vegas, right, Mom? I think. And my mom was looking for a particular vintage yarn to make an Afghan. She makes crochet baby Afghans. So I said, did you look on eBay? And she's like, no. And so we started looking on eBay at the prices of this vintage yarn. It's like, holy moly. Now at the time, Mom was caretaking for others, and it was just about killing her, going up and down stairs, carrying laundry baskets, scrubbing people's floors, and the money wasn't very good. And so I was like, Mom, you can sell on eBay. And she'll tell you, I can't do that. I can't do technical things. I'm not going to be able to learn how to do that. Well, we used Skype at the time. There was no Zoom. We used Skype, and I taught my mother how to sell on eBay. And within 6 months, she was able to quit her job. Now, my thing is, if I can teach my mom to do it, I can teach anybody. So a lot of hers was just the fear of the technical, that she wasn't going to be able to figure out the technical. Helen says, I'm worried about shipping. What specifically about shipping worries you? What is it about shipping that worries you? Tri-State Pickermon says, I started with an index card, one card for one item. Make a title, list the details about the item, size, defects, measurements, etc., how much it will weigh, boxed, organization is your friend. There you go. There you go. When I try to list an item, I struggle with the title, so I just procrastinate. Okay, title formula right here. So first I'm going to tell you, remember that it's not just about the words, it's the order the words are in. And your first 5 words are your title gold. So remember this, it is maker, artist, designer, you know, whatever that thing is, the brand, that first key element, that's your first word or words. If it's like, you know, 2 or 3, then you want to put, what is it? What is it? So you got your brand or maker or designer or artist, depending what the item is. And what is it? Okay. That's the main crux right there. That's going to help it get found. Now add any other element that's going to help the right customer find your item. Size, if it has a size, you can put color, shape, whether it's vintage or not. But sometimes putting vintage at the front helps if that's how people are searching. But really, that's your formula. Try not to add extra words. Don't add words that aren't something that somebody isn't going to type into the search box to find that item. Don't put specific measurements unless it's like something like a plate where an 8-inch plate or a 7-inch plate or a 6-inch plate, you know, is what a customer's looking for. So that's your title formula. It's really, it's as simple as that. Oh, my chat just dumped all over the place again here. All right, how do you know what to charge for shipping? I don't need to. That's what eBay does. I just put in the weight and dimensions. So here's the formula for that. You have to measure your items anyway. You need measurements in your descriptions. So take the measurements of the item, add 2 to 3 inches, depending how breakable it is. So more space, the more breakable it is. Add that to come up with your box size. Now, trying to make sure you are within that 36 total inches or 12 by 12 by 12 or any kind of formula therein. So as long as you're under 12 by 12 by 12, you're good. Now, take the weight of your item, which you should also know, and add, if it's a small item going in a small box, add ½ pound. If it's a larger item going in a larger box, add a pound. That's going to get you into the right calculation. Now, if you are right on the border after doing that, say it comes up to like 1 pound, 15 ounces, bump it to 2 pounds or 2 pounds, 1 ounce. So it goes, the way it works is 16 ounces and under, and then you've got 1 pound, 1 ounce to 2 pounds, 2 pounds, 1 ounce to 3 pounds, 3 pounds, 1 ounce to 4 pounds. So you got that whole gap in there that you don't have to worry about being exact. But that's it. And then eBay will calculate the shipping for your customers. I've been selling on eBay for a little more than a year, but I'm not selling very much. I have lots of nice items listed at great prices too. Well, over 100 now. I just don't know. So 100 is not a lot in the whole, when you think that there are millions of items listed. So 100's, you know, it's a good amount to get started, but you're not going to probably see daily sales from just 100 items. So, without seeing your store, it would, you know, be difficult to say exactly what's going on. But here's what I say: consistency. So getting a listing up every day. So 100 listings means you're not listing every day, probably, if you've been doing this for a year, because unless you were selling a lot, but you're saying you're not selling a lot. So that would be close to 400 items if you listed one item every day. So I'm going to say consistency in listing one item a day, 2 items a day. That's going to get you into where you're going to get some daily sales as well. Just making sure your prices are in a range. Now I price high. I got a comment. Somebody sent me a comment on in my eBay store telling me how ridiculous my prices are. I'm like, well, okay, don't shop from me. But you know what? It's served me well for the last 22 years. So I'm going to stick with what works. But you can price on the higher side, offer best offers, send offers to watchers. Got to be a little bit more assertive now with going after the sale than we used to be on eBay. But I think consistency. Consistency is the key. All right, my chat just keeps jumping. So I'm going to, if I missed, I don't want to miss things. So if there was something that I didn't hit on, be sure you ask again. So you guys are having a discussion about YouTube versus eBay. I'm not sure what that discussion is about. Well, okay, so Tiger's saying, keep in mind, YouTube sellers are established. They get prices for items most of us would not get. Now, that is true if that YouTube seller is using auction format on eBay. And I know a lot of you, we talk about Crazy Lamp Lady all the time. Crazy Lamp Lady has a business model that she has built magnificently based on her following, and her following not just on YouTube, but on eBay. She has eBay followers, people who sit there and wait for her to list new things. That's why that format works well for her. I don't recommend most people do auction format on the things that they sell. Most things don't bring the prices that you're going to see Jocelyn get on her eBay. If you list the exact same thing in auction format starting at $4 like she does it, you're not going to see the same price. That is true. But I can show you hundreds of sellers who get the same prices I get and they don't have a YouTube channel. So let's just differentiate there. If you don't have time to list new items every day, go in and make a simple change to some of your listings. It keeps your, why is everybody calling me right now? That was Jordan calling me. It keeps your items active and higher up in searches. Yes, there is that. There is also, let's say you have like just 1 day a week or 2 days a week where you can create listings. You can either put them in draft form and then launch them each day, or you can schedule them to launch each day. That's what I did for a long time when I was like way too busy to list every day. I just would spend like Sundays creating my listings and schedule like 2 a day to get launched. Or, you know, if you can only do 1 a day, 1 a day, but trying to get that 1 a day up. Or yeah, go in and revise. That works too. Worried about taxes and end of year. Do I need a business license? I am not an accountant. I am not a CPA, so I can't really advise on taxes, but you pay taxes when you're making money. So let me just put that positive out there. If you have to pay taxes, that's a good thing. You're making money. So eBay takes care of sales tax, so you're covered there. And now somebody else is trying to call me too. What is it? Did everybody just forget that I've been doing this live thing at 1 o'clock on Mondays for the last year? Okay, so that being said, you can go check out not Your Dad's CPA. I did a show with him on a Monday. It's going to be in the playlist live show replays. You can go look for that. Lots of great information there. He's got like a reseller academy thing you can go through and learn all the accounting stuff. So whether you need a business license or not, it's going to depend on what state, city, how much volume you're doing, all of that stuff. But don't let that stop you. Don't let that stop you. Just get the data. Get the information you need to make that decision. You would like to video and sell. And okay, so I'm going to address this. So starting a YouTube channel and thinking that you're going to be able to just automatically start driving traffic over to your listings, I can tell you that's going to be a hard road to go as well. The YouTube is pretty much takes up, I'm going to say, 4 to 5 hours a day for me, okay? Because you have to create the video, you have to edit the video, you have to then upload the video, you have to go answer comments and deal with all that. And you have to build your following. The following doesn't come overnight. And I know some of you over there are YouTubers and you can attest to this. It is, again, it's consistency, the same consistency you need to build your eBay business, you need to build a YouTube channel. It is consistency. And it's building your following. And I don't think people like to just subscribe to a channel where all it is selling. They want content. So you need to be able to put content out there. Show the thrifting, show your business, show whatever that personality that you want to put out there. People want to connect on that. And that is what then leads them to want to buy from you. So, yeah. Is it better to have a personal eBay account or a business eBay account? I am not really sure of the differences there, but if you want to make this a business, I say get the business account. Oh, the wind is coming up and it's blowing things into my window. That was a little scary. All right. Not tech savvy. Tried to hook up your Rollo to your computer. Couldn't get it to work. Have product and Ladale, that Rollo is pretty plug and play. So if it's not working, it's probably the drivers aren't installed on your computer. So that's where I would start with that. And the Rollo site is really, really good about giving that information. So it's one of the easiest label printers I've ever hooked up. Yeah. Doesn't YouTube require you to only upload the videos until you have 1,000 subscribers in order to go live? Oh, that might be. That might be. That might be. Is it useless to sell items under $10? Well, it depends. Now, I wouldn't say it's ever useless. If that is what you're comfortable getting started with, then it's a great way to start. If it relieves that anxiety, like going out and selling $1,000 piece of art as the first item, that's going to cause you some stress. But starting with $10 items, you start getting the feel for it. If you make a mistake, it's not a big amount to refund, all of that. So that's great. Also, now I know a lot of people who wholesale and sell a lot of the same things. So I always say, if you have a quantity of something, let's say I have 5 of those $10 items, and I can make the listing one time with a quantity of 5, that's a $50 listing. That's not a $10 listing. So it really depends. Do you have multiples? Are you just getting started and that's what's comfortable? But what you're going to find as you get going with $10 items is you're going to want more. You're going to want to make more money. You're going to see the time investment and go, wait a minute, I can do this same work on a $50 or $100 item as I can on a $10 item. I'm going to look for more of those. So That would be my advice. Go ahead and start with $10 items if that's where you're comfortable, but then move yourself up. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Melissa, for posting the video with Not Your Dad's CPA. There is a code in the description for a discount if you do choose to check that out. Is it best to up your price and give free shipping or keep it lower and charge shipping? That is going to be a personal decision. I am not a fan of free shipping anymore. I used to be. I was one of the first sellers who jumped on board with free shipping. I promoted it when it was like a taboo, angry face thing out there among all the resellers. I was showing how to make it work to your advantage. Yes, you have to understand shipping cost in order to have free shipping work for your business, because you need to build in the worst case scenario. Now, what happens now, because you've built in that worst case scenario, the way the algorithm works, it's going to make your prices a lot higher on the coast closest to you. So it's going to deter those sales. You might get more sales, farther away, but then again, you're still in line with all the sellers doing calculated shipping. So I am no longer a fan of free shipping because it's not necessary. That was a whole Amazon thing that, you almost had to do it because Amazon was teaching people about free shipping. Not anymore. Amazon's now charging shipping again, like even if you're Prime. And I mean, yeah, you get free shipping on a lot of stuff, but it's changed. And I think people have become wise to it and they know the price is inflated a bit. So I just say use calculated shipping. You will get more sales going closer to you than you will with free shipping. But it's a personal thing. Also, returns, refunds, all that stuff is on the uptick. It is just a fact of e-commerce. Again, Amazon has taught people this. So when you do free shipping, you are out that original shipping on any kind of a customer return. Whereas if it's calculated shipping and they changed their mind or they just didn't like it or it didn't fit, you don't have to refund that original shipping. So just keep that in mind too. Okay. Do I recommend having a P.O. box so your personal address isn't on the packages? If so, is that the address that should be associated with your eBay account? So, Cozy Llama, I did not have a P.O. box until this year. I always had my address on the packages. And the only reason I have a P.O. box now is because of YouTube and being so out there public. I have people who don't really like me, and I don't need my house, vandalized or any of that. So I use a P.O. box for safety. So it's really, I never had a problem with an eBay order. Anybody coming knocking on my door, never happened. So again, personal decision. If it makes you feel better, get one. So a lot of questions you guys are asking over there are things that can be asked over in the Niche to Profit group. So I want to just really quick, we got about 5 minutes left. Make sure those of you who I asked you to say the thing that was stopping you from getting started, or the thing that was stopping you from doing that, your first listing or higher price listing, I want to address those fears. And I want to get you over that today. So who did I miss over there that I did not address your fear and give you a little challenge? You started with scrubs and sports wear in 2005. Scrubs were usually under $10. Still sell scrubs consistently. All adds up. But I do like those large sales too. Yeah. Everybody has to make those decisions about what, and again, this is going to go back to what I said before. I see too many of you don't put a lot of value in yourself and your time. And I'm going to tell you, be aware of what your time is worth. It is precious. If nothing else, this last year has taught us how much there is to lose when time stands still, basically. We only have so many hours in this lifetime we're given, and you have to decide how much that time is worth to you. Okay. Are you selling some things today? Nope, not on my Mondays. Mondays are not a live sale day. There's a little preview behind me of some things coming up though. Yeah. Selling what brings you joy, to me, is a formula for success. I have sold on Amazon. You know, I jump on board pretty much anything and try it out. And I did the whole Amazon retail arbitrage and, you know, sent shipments and stuff. And did I make money? I absolutely made money. Was I bored to tears and felt like an employee of Amazon? I absolutely did. That I don't like shopping that way. I don't even like going to the grocery store. I don't like retail. So that was just a job for me. I love thrifting. It's a treasure hunt. It is, I just can't, you guys know. You guys know. It's like finding those things in the, we say, find them in the wild. You know, our sit-abouts. I love that word now. That's my new word for figurines, by the way, guys. You will hear me say they are sit-abouts. That was on a Charming Tales little thing. That's what they were called. So I look for sit-abouts. Those things that strike emotion, those things that you see on the shelf and your endorphins like start popping, right? It's like, whoa, I found one. Gosh, I mean, it's not work when you're doing that. It's just fun. It doesn't feel like work. You know the parts that feel like work to me? The shipping, and the logging things in. Those are the work parts to me. But you know what? I'm hiring somebody to help with the shipping. I'm like, yeah, see? So I can do more of the part that I love and the part that makes me the money. You guys know the part that makes you the money is the part you should be spending more time on when you get to the point of adding on help. So you set your prices high and didn't sell. So you had to lower them all just to get a sale. So without seeing your store all in the attic treasures, there isn't a magic formula. It is like bread dough. Okay. Think of your titles and your descriptions and the product and all the pieces that go into that listing. Make your dough. So you've made your dough. But now you have to massage the dough. You have to blend and, you know, work it. You got to work it. And then you have to set it in its pan and give it time to rise. Give it time to rise and make some more bread. You know, keep making some batches of bread along the way. And pretty soon you have a bakery, right? I hope that analogy works. Setting prices high in and of itself is not what I do. It's just a strategy so that I can accept lower offers, so that I can send aggressive offers to watchers and potential shoppers. My viewers, I hope you know, many of my viewers know who come and shop from me, if you make an offer on one of my items and tell me in the message that you are one of my YouTube viewers, you're most likely going to get your offer accepted. And many of them are 50% off, sometimes more. So pricing is strategy. Pricing is strategy. All right. Need it. Yay, Susan. Take the Rolo plunge. I love my Rolo. I can't even say enough about my Rolo. I love it so much. That's why I did get an affiliate link for the Rolo. I don't know if it's in this description. I'm trying to put it in my descriptions. I know I have it over in my, I don't know. I'm so bad about putting affiliate links and stuff out there because it's not really, it's, you know, that money helps support the channel. It helps support making more videos. But it's, you know, it's not like bread and butter income for me. It just helps. And usually it gives you guys a perk. I usually won't do an affiliate link without giving you guys a perk. Rolo kind of fooled me. They gave me the affiliate link and then told me that they were no longer issuing the discount, which I'm still bugging them about. I'm still bugging them about that. Yep, best investment. Yep. Rolo's awesome. All right, it is after 1. I need to call my pool guy back. I need to call my daughter back. Oh, hey, you know how I was talking about like crazy comments? Hold on, let's see what this comment says. Okay, oh, never mind. But this one, somebody reaming me for calling something a Flavio Poli bowl. Yeah, and what people are calling something. Look at, I'm putting my own self on there. There we go. Anyway, I don't know why I let that stuff bug me. Gonna brush it off. That's it, you guys. Here's the last thing, because I just alluded to it there. Don't be afraid to call something that it's not. This is a saying, those of you who have followed me a long time, there are no Murano police. There's nobody watching over to say you listed that wrong, unless you're trying to commit fraud on something, of course. But here's the thing. This is also why pricing high works. If you price a piece like a Flavio Poli Murano piece of glass in the price range that a Flavio Poli piece of glass should be, you have one of two buyers. You have the Murano collector looking for that piece, and they're going to look at your pictures, and if it's wrong, they're going to tell you, or they're not going to buy and they're going to move on. They're not going to pay that high price and then say, hey, this isn't a Flavio Poli. Okay, they're not going to do it. 22 years, never happened. The other customer is somebody who absolutely just adores the piece that you have, and they really don't care if it's Flavio Poli or not. They want it and they're willing to pay the price, and then they get it and they're excited and they're happy. You have problems, and sorry, resellers, if this is you that has done this, the problems come when another reseller thinks they're grabbing a hot bargain, they get it, and then figure out that you listed it wrong. They're the ones who cause trouble. That I have seen time and time again. So that's why pricing high helps you get the customer base that's not going to cause you a problem. So there we go. We're going to end with that. Be confident in your listings. Just go with it. Don't spend hours researching. If all else fails, price high. Do the research you can do and see what happens. See what happens. But be confident. Trust your inner gut. Trust that you don't have to worry about what everybody else is going to say about it, what everybody else is going to think about it. You do you. Find your voice and make this happen. Go for your dream. And again, come join the Niche to Profit group. I'm in that group every day. I personally answer questions as much as I can over there. That's my place to help you guys. So I hope you will join me over there. And with that, go be profitable and make it fun. And we'll see you on the next one, everyone. Thank you.